You guys have asked for it, so today we're gonna discuss 4 diets. But first, let me start this one off saying that there's no perfect diet. Everyone is different. Over time, one diet that you really liked, you might end up hating. Have an open mind, don't be scared to try new things if something isn't working out. The biggest thing you can do wrong in this game is to not know how to accept failing. You're gonna f up. The quicker you learn to f up and move on, the quicker you'll reach your goals. With that, here are 4 diets that have worked the best for me. Number 1, intermittent fasting. This was the first real diet that ever worked for me. Still works for me to this day. Seriously, before I tried this, I just couldn't get super lean, and then boom.
I want you in my room.
It was way easier. Basically, intermittent fasting is where you don't eat for a set number of hours a day, also known as fasting. My fasting split is almost always either 16 or 20 hours, and I break my fast for the remaining time, so I'll be eating either 8 or 4 hours that day. The goal is to get all of your calories in that 8 or 4 hour block, or however long your eating block is. Since you're only eating for a few hours a day, you get to eat a ton of calories in a short amount of time. And I love bigger portions, so that's my favorite thing about this diet. Another couple things I like, I always tend to have way more energy, and I feel like I save a ton of time not having to eat throughout the day. First maybe 2 or 3 days is somewhat hard, but after that you adjust, it's a breeze. Number 2, if it fits your macros, otherwise known as IIFYM. Never been one to follow a strict meal plan, it's just not enjoyable at all for me. Bland chicken with broccoli and rice 3 times a day?
No! God, please, no! No!
No thanks, I'd rather wear a swim shirt year round. Being able to eat what I want, in moderation, when I want, or just selecting my meals as I go, especially when I'm traveling, is what works for me, and that's what IIFYM allows you to do. Nowadays, this diet is really easy to follow because of technology. There's about 1,000 apps out there that can do all the work for you. No more pen and paper. All you have to do is figure out how many calories you need to be eating, which you can do easily with an online calculator, then figure out what kind of macro split you want to do. 40-30-30 is pretty common, meaning 40% carbs, 30% protein, and 30% fat. So if you need to be eating 2,000 calories a day, that would be 800 calories in carbs, 600 calories in protein, and 600 calories in fat. As you understand the diet more, you can change your split up daily or weekly. When you really understand it, you probably won't even need a calculator. Flexibility is a huge bonus with this one. Number 3, your standard diet. I don't think there's a real name for this one. I guess you could call it a meal prep diet, or in my opinion, a really boring diet. Now I just mentioned I'd rather wear a swim shirt than eat the same thing over and over again, but if you're someone who likes routine, to keep things simple, this type of diet is always a safe bet. It's worked for me and millions of other people for decades now. Prep a bunch of meals at the beginning of each week and that's it, you're good to go. What you want to focus on with these meals is to make your portions smaller and make smarter choices. Have a vegetable, some fruit, 4 to 6 ounces of grilled protein, and a quality carb like sweet potato or some quinoa. Don't use tons of sauces or oils, and as the weeks go on, make your portions a bit smaller. No need to calorie count, you always have something prepped. Not my cup of tea anymore, but like I said, it works, it's easy, and some people prefer a diet that takes a little bit more discipline. And 4, low carb or keto. Now in my opinion, if you're doing low carb, you're doing keto. There's no real guideline to what low carb is, so low carb to some could be 100 grams of carbs, which means you're not doing keto, since keto is typically, for most people, less than 50 grams of net carbs per day. For me, it's around 25. Net carbs are carbs minus fiber and sugar alcohols if they're keto friendly, like erythritol. What you're also doing with keto is eating a high fat diet. So you're eating cheeses, whole eggs, bacon, 80-20 burgers, the best steak you can buy, avocado, and so on. Sounds delicious, right? Because it is. The downfall is you're eating your bacon stacked avocado burger without a bun. But hey, lettuce wrap burger is just as good in my opinion. The past year, this diet has been my bread and butter, but I've needed to drop a few pounds, without the bread obviously. As for what keto means, short for ketosis, which your body enters from going low carb after around 1 to 3 days. Ketosis is your body converting fat into compounds known as ketones, which can be used as a source of fuel for your body. Keep it simple, on a standard diet, your body will use carbs which break down into glucose, and the glucose is used for energy. Without glucose for energy, you need to get that fuel from somewhere else. Boom, that is now your energy source. Now there's 2 quick ways to tell if you're in ketosis. One, by using a strip like these, which I'll link below. They're super cheap and a pretty good starting point. And two, you have bad breath, also known as keto breath. Let me know in the comments below if you've had keto breath. So another thing you can do with these diets is stack them. For example, incorporate IIFYM with intermittent fasting and things will get even easier. Don't like that, then keep trying until you find a formula that works great for you. Bonus, the worst diet I've ever done. Low fat. Don't ever do a low fat diet unless you have a great reason to. Going low fat for a long time seriously f***ed up my hormones. It gave me crazy mental fog. I think it took me like over a year to get everything back to normal too. No joke. Mentioned this before, but fats are super important, especially with hormones. Eat them, eat lots of them. All right, these are the diets that have worked great for me. Let me know in the comments below what diet or diets have worked best for you, or maybe some tricks you've learned along the way. If you want me to do some more in-depth videos on each diet, smash that thumbs up button. Thank you guys for watching. Subscribe if you haven't already. Turn on notifications so you never miss a video because YouTube is weird. And of course, stay healthy.